Hello, I'm Jose with FrSky North America. In today's video, we'll be talking about current sensors and how to set one up. FrSky has many different current sensors, including some that are built into devices. For smaller current loads, there are inline current sensors that plug in between your power source and your devices. Our larger current sensors read current value with an inductive sensor. And some devices, like a TDR18 receiver, the RB25, and the RB35 series, have built-in current sensors, so no external device is needed to read current information. We are going to set up and configure this FAS100 8dV current sensor, but the steps shown should work with any current sensor. In this video, we will install the current sensor, set up some display items, and set up Audible callouts. Also, I will demonstrate using the current sensor with Lior Zahavi's excellent battery widget, which automates much of the setup steps and creates a great looking display screen. All right, so let's begin the installation process. So first of all, I have a TD-SR10, and I already registered and bound it to this model file. This model file is very basic. I did nothing in it except for go through the widget. That's it. That's all I did. If you notice, I already connected up my sensor to pin number 8. And for TD-SR10s, 12s, and 18s, those receivers can use any one of the servo pins and change it over to a telemetry port. For a TD-R6, SR6, or even a TD-MX, those receivers have a built-in telemetry port. So only have one telemetry port. On this one, you can make any port or all of them into telemetry ports. If you have another receiver, please check the manual and see where you get telemetry from. Okay, so even though this is hooked up, since that port is a servo port right now, because I haven't done anything yet, then no telemetry information is coming from this sensor to the receiver. But the first thing that I always do is go to telemetry and discover sensors. So this discovered all the telemetry items that are available in the receiver. It did not discover this yet because we have not activated the telemetry port yet. So that's all the stuff that's available in this receiver. And the reason why I do that is now when I discover sensors again after I activate that port, then it will just appear on the bottom of the list. It'll just become a lot easier to find stuff. So now let's go ahead and activate that. So I'm going to go into Model, go into RF. I'll scroll down to the register bind area, and over there it says TD-SR10. I'm going to click on that and go Options. Now I am plugged into port number 8. So I'm going to go down to port or pin 8 and change that from a servo channel 8 to F-bus. So any of our ADV sensors can use F-bus. They can also use S-port if you want. And our older sensors only worked on S-port. So I'm just going to choose F-bus over here. And what's nice is you can actually gang these together. Like let's say you have a GPS sensor, a voltage sensor, or whatever. You can just sort of gang them and sort of chain them in together. All right, so that port is now F-bus. Now if I go back out and I go over to telemetry, if I discover sensors now it'll discover the sensors that come out of that current sensor, and it'll appear on the bottom of the list. There it goes. Okay, so the new sensors are temp 1, current, temp 2, and VFAS. What are those? So this particular, the FAS100, actually has 2 temperature sensors as well as being a current sensor. So you can hook those up if you care about it. I'm not going to go too much into the temperature sensor. I want this to focus mostly on current. And so that's your temperature 1, temperature 2. This is current over here. And then you have another one called VFAS. And what is VFAS? It's essentially what that is voltage sensor from your current sensor. All right, so now let's go ahead and plug in a battery into, there it goes. Oh, it's kind of tough. There it goes. Okay. Okay, and this is plugged into my ESC on the other end. Okay, now that you plugged it in, you've got a VFAS value of 24.36. That's the voltage coming out of that battery. And current is still at 0. And what that is, that's real-time current information. All right, so you can go over here if you want, edit it, and you can change like the unit. Obviously, you want it to be amperage, but you know, if you're dealing with very small, it could be milliamps over there. Decimal places, if you want, you can change that. And that's about it you need to do for that one. Temperature, if you are going to use a temperature sensor, like I said, I'm not really going to concentrate on this, but if you edit that, you can change that from Celsius to Fahrenheit if you want. Okay, and maybe temp 2, let's change that over to Fahrenheit. And those are obviously they're temperature probes that you can, you know, wrap around something and see what the temperature is. Okay, so that's about it. So there's my voltage and there's my current. And again, that is real-time current information. So if I was to say, let's watch current. So just watch that one. I've got my motor over here. It's just sort of loose, so I got to hold on to it. There you go. All right, so that shows you real-time current information. Okay, so what can we do with this? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of displays. So I'm going to go over here to display, DISP, over here. And I'm going to scroll over to the plus symbol over there. So I'm going to add a new screen. And let's just do this one over here, the 4 different widgets. All right, so let's make some displays. So the first one, obviously, is just make like actual current. So I click on that window and hit configure. Go over there to value. And then go over here to the sensor, which is going to be a telemetry sensor. And then I can go backwards because I know they're all at the bottom. And I could look at current. All right, so let's see what that looks like now. So I'm on my first page. If I scroll to the next page, there it is. There's my current at 0 amps. Now, is that really usable? Well, you know, I don't know, because you're not going to look down at your screen honestly at any time. So why don't we change that one? Let's edit or configure widget, sorry. And over here at current, if I press and hold while I'm highlighted on current, I can choose max. And so this is now showing me the max current that this has had during its time. The other thing that we want to do is we want to do consumption. And consumption is how many milliamps it's drawn out of that battery. And that is essentially current over time. So let's go over here to model and go to telemetry. So we do not have a consumption sensor. The only one that we have is current, but we can create one. So I'm going to go back here to the top to create a calculated sensor. So I can come over here and the formula is what I want to do. So you can do distance, trip, multi-lipo percent, power. I care about consumption. Units, milliamps is fine. No decimal places is fine. And over here at source, we choose the current sensor. And that's pretty much it. So now we could put that up as another. So let's configure screens. Let's add another one over here. And we'll do a value. And we'll make it telemetry consumption. So now let's take a look at it. So there's your max current and there's your consumption. So if I wanted to, let's go ahead and power this up. So that little throttle gave me 4 milliamps of usage right there. So if your battery is 5,000 milliamps and you're getting close to consuming 3,000, then you might want to consider landing if this was an EDF. All right, so this is display over here. Let's go ahead and create some sound call-ups, which I think is more useful than displays when you're flying a plane. So I'm going to get out of here, go to Model, and I'm going to go to Special Functions. Go over here, and let's add a special function. And the first thing I'm going to add is a play audio, state enable, active condition to switch that I want to use. Let's just use this one as an example. If it's a momentary, so I'm going to hold it in the up position, then get out of the menu. If I scroll down here to add a new line in sequence, the first one we're going to do is play file. I'm sorry, not play file, play value. And source will be telemetry. And let's play the actual current. So if I pull this lever up,
0 amps.
That's how many amps I pulled at that one time. So with my throttle down, it's going to be 0. Okay, now let's add something to this. Add a new line in sequence. So I'm still in special function 2. When I hit that switch, it's going to do this one, play value current. And then if I add a new one, it'll do something else. So let's go ahead and play value again. And source, let's make it telemetry consumption. So now it will play both those items.
0 amps, 4 milliamp hours.
Okay. So that is how you set up just like a button to press, and you can make it play a couple things if you want, or just one thing. All right, that one's done. Now let's go ahead and make a warning. So let's say this is a 5,000 milliamp battery, and at 3,000 milliamps, I want it to warn me that it consumed 3,000 milliamps. So to do that, I need to set up a logic switch. So let's go ahead and create a new one by hitting the plus symbol. And let's name it current, or let's go, I don't know, consumption warning. So I'm going to choose A is greater than X. A will be the consumption sensor, so that's category telemetry, and over here, consumption. And once it gets past a certain milliamp, so let's say 3,000 milliamps. Maybe 35, but you should play with it and see what works. Have it set for one thing, land the plane when you get the warning, and see what your battery level's at. Okay, and active condition always on. So this is fine, but what I would probably do is attach this to my gear switch. So it only gives me the warning when my gear is up. So let's say that's gear up, and this will not work unless gear is up. If gear is down, then it'll stop giving me warnings. Okay, that one's good. We'll get out of that. And then now we'll go into special functions and do another one, play audio. So let's add, play audio, enable it. Active condition is now that logical switch. So you notice right now it's grayed out because you can't select it. It's because there's only one there, so there's no reason to select it. It's just going to be the right one. So there's my consumption warning. And what do you want it to do when this special function is triggered? I'll go over here, and you can do play value. That's what I would do, play value, and choose my telemetry consumption. So the warning would be when it tells me, oh, 3,000 milliamps is what it'll tell me. And that's pretty much it. So this will tell you one time when you get above 3,000. If you want, you can make it repeat every few seconds if you want. I think one time is fine, unless you have trouble hearing your aircraft, then you might want to have it repeat every few seconds. All right, so once it gets to 3,000 milliamps, this warning will trigger. All right, so, all right, that's it. Let's go ahead and take a look at a battery widget made by Lior Zahavi. So I'm going to go to display, and I already have it installed in here. All you need to do is download the Lua script and put it into the Lua folder on your radio. And then once you do that, you come over here and create a new display. So I'm going to hit the plus symbol over there. And for Liar's widgets, he wants full screen. Change widget. And then I just go down here and look for the battery widget. Zavionix Batt. I believe that's it. Yep. All right. So now you do have to configure it, but you do all the configuration in this widget. So I can come over here and do configure. All right. So you got Batt. That's the widget. And over here, Batt type, it's a LiPo. Battery capacity. The full battery capacity of this battery is 5,000 milliamps. So anyways, you just set it there. And you can do a low battery alert. This is all in the widget. It'll do a warning for you here, and a warning at what milliamps do you want to set it to. So you can go ahead and you can set that one. And low battery alert rate is how many times you want it to. It's sort of like repeat on the other screen if you want to repeat a bunch of times. Number of cells, 6 cell over here. Voltage sensor. And in my case, it's that VFAS. So let's go to that telemetry and look for VFAS. Go over here to current sensor and choose current. So telemetry. Oops, wrong one. Current. And consumption sensor. So that calculated sensor that we created, we'll need that for this. And same thing, go to telemetry and go to consumption. Now, his display screen also has RSSI information on it. So just put your RSSI sensor in here. Same thing, telemetry. Go over here, and this one is RSSI 2.4. RSSI 2 sensor, in my case, since it's a TD receiver, will be the RSSI 900. There it is. And RX, so receiver battery. If the receiver will usually have in a lot of electrical cases, you'll have an ESC. So you usually don't need that because it's regulated voltage. In this case, I'll go ahead and put it in. Telemetry. And look for RX Batt. And that is my receiver battery. And I don't have a Batt 2. And that's it. Let's take a look at the sensor. It's actually a really cool sensor. So I'll get out of this. And I'll swipe to the second page. That's the one that we created. And one more. And this is Lior's widget. So if I had a picture, it would appear there. There's my battery voltage. That's the current that it has right now. 4 milliamps is the consumption. Battery is at 100% because you just plugged it in. Voltage percentage is that. The transmitter is at 7.6 volts. I got to charge this transmitter soon. And my receiver Batt is 5.3. So, and there's my RSSI information. Looks like if you have your name is a little bit big, it looks like it will go over, but not too bad. I think this is an awesome looking widget. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video or email me at jose@freesky-rc.com. Thank you very much. Have a good day.